understand what this event is about. This event is not for those who have it all together. I think I mentioned it last year, but I want to just re-emphasize it again this year, because sometimes it seems as if we need to always have everything together, or at a specific age, or at a specific time. But it says in his word that he makes all things beautiful in his time, not ours. Amen. So in terms of the book, I'll start actually with the journey of it. So last year, after I finished my first book, I wasn't actually working. And I remember talking to a friend, and she said to me, and I said to her, in fact, I said, you know, hon, I don't know what I'm going to do. My first book is complete, I'm still not working. And she prayed with me and she said, Esther, just trust God. He's going to guide you. And then a month later, which was August last year, I got an opportunity to work in a head office role in the evenings, and I took it. I said, okay, that's nice. It won't clash with the second book. And then I got another opportunity to work full-time, and that's when I realized that I'm like halfway in between this book, because I said, you know what, if it's obviously, you know, God's will for me to stay at home and write another book, then by all means. And obviously God blessed me with another job. And it's just amazing because I had to balance full-time work with writing. And for those of you guys who work full-time, you know how hard it is, staying after work, coming back tired, coming back late. It was really intense, should I say. But thinking about the journey, it was a bit quicker than the last one, because it took a bit longer, but this one was more, it was quite fast, but I think it's more in depth. This book is just mainly about understanding that your brokenness is not in vain. Everything that we go through here, you know, it doesn't matter what you're going through at the moment, but there's beauty in being broken. There's beauty in not having things together, because that's where you see God's power work in your life. I think most times we want everything to be perfect, we want everything to be smooth. And even just recently, I had a few breakouts on my skin. And I said, where is all this coming from? But it was stress. You know, why was I stressing? Stressing because of the book, you know, stressing because of so many other things. But God reminded me that, you know what, Esther, I'll put you in the right place at the right time, and everything you're stressing about will eventually leave. You just need to trust me. Sometimes trust can be hard because you can't see God, but you know He's here. Does that make sense? You can't see God, but you know that God is real. If you wake up every day, that's a blessing. That's an opportunity for you to say, wow, I'm alive, I'm well. Let me do something for you today. Amen. Also, when I was reading this book, I discovered who I really was. Who was I? Was I placing my definition on people, or was I placing, you know, my definition on the world or society? Look how much society is changing today. Our bodies, our skin, you know, how tall we should look, or, you know, they have the nicest hair. It is so pressurizing as human beings, and as young ones like you and I today, we get pressured. Competition is real out there. You know, there's a lot of competition. We want to be the best version of ourselves. Sometimes when we're insecure, we can envy others, and we don't know what they've, you know, gone through to get what they have. And that's something that God reminded me to say, you know what, it's to look within yourself. Don't look at what other people have, because if you look at what other people have, you will never appreciate what you have. You will look at what others have, and you'll be thinking, wow, you know, why am I always upset? Because you're looking at what someone else has. And God is saying, everything is in front of you. I've given you everything you need. Everything you've asked for, everything you've desired is all in my hands. I just want you to focus on me. And that's what God has taught me in this season, to focus on Him and to understand that I'm fully complete in Him. And it doesn't matter what, you know, people say. It doesn't matter who's left, who's stayed in my life. What matters is that God is completing me daily, and He's completing you as well. Bear in mind that completion is not, you know, a one-day thing. It takes time. It's every day. You know, you're learning every day. You're growing every day. You're not the same person you were yesterday, and you're not going to be the same person tomorrow. Amen. I said, to know confidently that no matter how many times I fail, God's strength is made perfect. How amazing is that? That when we fail, God's love is so real. He doesn't penalize us. He doesn't make us feel little. As human beings, you know, we tend to look down on people when we do something that we don't like. But God, He says, you know what, no matter how many times you fall, I'm going to pick you up, and I'm going to bless you, and I'm going to sustain you, because that is who He is. And I said, you don't have to be perfect to be broken. You don't have to be perfect at all. You can have things so bad. And I feel like talking from personal experience, when things are really difficult, you will see God's hand in your life. I think when everyone has it all under control, you won't really pray much. You won't really talk to God much, would you? I mean, ask yourself deep down, would you really speak to God? Would you really ask God, you know what, God, let me talk to you? But when things are breaking down, maybe you have family issues or personal issues or health issues, I'm sure you'll be down on your feet asking God to help you. But when was the last time you said, you know what, let me just spend some time with the Father. Let me just get to know him a bit more, you know? And I said that sometimes we look for love in the wrong places. So it kind of relates back to the fact that we particularly for the women, you know, we feel pressurized to be in a relationship, or we feel pressurized to, you know, get married at a young age, and we see other people on Instagram and Ben and Nige, and they're getting married, and you're saying, God, when is my time? And God is saying that my time is in your hand. His timing is perfect. And the way God will bless us all, he will bless us in ways we don't expect. You'll wake up one day, you hear some news. You won't get it when you want to get it. That's one thing I love about God. God will never, you know, can I say, bless you when you think you need it. Yesterday, for example, I was going up to pick up the cakes, and my car literally just stopped. And I don't know, something in me just gave me peace. It said, you know what, Esther, just relax. Took like a couple of minutes, maybe 30 minutes for the car to be fixed. And I said, you know what, it could be an opportunity for me to get angry. But I said, why am I going to get angry when the event's tomorrow? You see, this is how the enemy works. Anytime you're about to do something good, something bad will come. But I realized that, you know what, God knew this was going to happen. I don't know why it happened, but I remained calm. And thankfully it's working. So sometimes it's about not trying to get everything your way and understanding that everything doesn't have to be in your time. You just have to let God do his work and just sit down and let him come in. As one of my friends rightly said, she said, when you rest, God will stand, but when you stand, God will rest. So in other words, when you try and do things in your own strength, he's like, okay, my child, you do what you need to do. But when you're tired, you'll come back to him and he'll say, you know what, now I'm ready to help you. Now I'm ready to bless you. Amen. And I also said that you have to be real with what you're going through. Sometimes we smile, we make it up, we party it up, we do so many things, but we are really hurt. I mean, I cried this Monday gone actually, because I was so concerned about this, to be honest, this event. I was saying, Lord, I just want you to use me. You know, when you just want everything to be perfect. But God is saying, you know what, you don't have to make it perfect. I will do it for you. And it's okay to cry. It really is okay to cry. You don't have to have everything together. I think when you try and have everything together, that's when it starts becoming too much. You start stressing out. You start trying to do things in your own power, and you realize that you actually don't have any power. You know, not to break your bubble, but we really are nothing without God. Without God, we can't do anything. Without God, I can't stand here. So it really is something to, you know, ponder on. And also, just for the ladies in particular, you don't have to keep looking for love or looking for someone to imprint love on your heart. That's something that I think some of us, if not majority of us women, we go through. We want to be in that relationship, but completion is about being whole in him. Does that make sense? It's about being whole in him. Yeah, it's nice to be, it's nice to think about the future, you know, your goals, your marriage goals, your children goals, but how about you as a person? When you look at yourself in the mirror, are you whole? Are you happy with how you look? Because people say, if you're not happy with how you look, change it, right? I'm not saying go to the extreme and, you know, maybe do plastic surgery, for example, but fix yourself, work on yourself. Not just the outward appearance, but also your heart. Your heart is something that God looks at more than even your physical, to me anyway. Because when God is using someone, he has to check the heart first. It's not about how you look on the outside. Obviously, the world will want you to look good, and I'm not condoning that. It's good to look good, but your heart on the inside is what God sees more. No one else can see your heart, only you can, but people can see your outside. But God himself can see both in and out. But for us who we can see each other, we need to check our hearts to make sure that they're pure, to make sure that we are obviously living in the right way. And I know we are living in the world, it's not easy, so many temptations, so much comparison, but God is saying, if you focus on me, I will not let you down. That is God. He will not let us down. So you need to also understand that everyone's wilderness is not the same as yours. And this must be taken into consideration. What do I mean? I mean that your neighbor's pain is not the same as your other neighbor. So someone may have lost a relative, you may have lost a friend. Now I know it may seem like the one that's lost a relative is a bit more intense, which it is. But the same pain you have for someone's loss is also the same pain someone can have for losing a friend. Because if you're that kind of person that attaches yourself to people and that person leaves your life, it will hurt. You know, I've been there before. And I think I want everyone to understand that every single pain here is unique and it's really special to God. Even if you have lost a relative, or you've lost your job, or you're not feeling well, it's still pain. If you cut me, I cut you, it's blood. It's the same. We are all the same, if that makes sense. In different ways, of course, but in terms of pain, we all hurt differently. And it's not a bad thing. It's just being able to understand that you can relate each other's pain together. You don't have to feel like you have to do it alone. And that's one thing I realized, that sometimes when I'm in need, I say, God, do you know what? I'm actually not alone. I can actually call a friend and say, look, friend, I'm going through A. She'll say, yeah, I'm going through B. And we relate to each other. We lift each other up. Because that's what it's about. And then I said, what your friends go through, you cannot go through. So it's all about consideration, understanding the fact that everyone hurts differently and it's okay. But what you can do is listen attentively to what they're going through. Don't try to, push the pain under a rug. Just let it out. Be free. Like some of us, we want to, look good. I think we buy those tummy tuck pads. What is it called? To like tuck your belly in? Yeah. Oh, thank you. we buy them. Or why do we buy them? Because we want to be fit, and it's not a bad thing. But appreciate your lumps. Appreciate them. Don't feel like you need to be so skinny or you need to have curves. No, the right person will come and find you at the right time. I stand on that so much. I tell you, you won't have to change anything about yourself. If you compromise and change something about yourself, eventually that person will see who you really are. You can't change who you are. You have to be your authentic self. Amen. And then I said, your miracle is in your discomfort. Sometimes, as I said earlier, things won't always be right. But what matters is that when you're uncomfortable, that's where you will see God's hand at work. I don't think God will always work when everything is fine. There will be times where you will realize, why am I going through this? You wake up with a bad message. You wake up, maybe your throat's hurting, who knows? But everything won't always be smooth. That's why the completion is a journey. It's a process that you have to go through, that we will all have to go through. James 1:4 says, when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. And to me, that means that I don't need to have everything together, because my completion is in Him. Completion from the perspective of brokenness is understanding that not everything has to be together. You don't have to have everything together. And it's fine. Sometimes I like it when trouble comes, because that's where I see God's power work best. Have you noticed? Most times. But if everything is fine, let's be sincere, we won't really do much. We won't really do much. Character, on the other hand, is a slow process. Don't expect it to be easy. When you try to escape life's difficulties, you shortcut the process and delay your growth. Character is another thing that, as I was writing this book, I realized that there's a lot I need to work on. And it's fine. Character, to me, is something that people see within you. It's the way you carry yourself, should I say. And I see character in particular in a way where you're in a high position. And how do you use that position? Do you use that position to belittle people who are below? Not forgetting how you started in a low state. That's something that a lot of us, if not all, will be tested on at one point. Because God will bless each and every one of us. But what you have, are you using it well? Or are you using it just to make yourself feel good? Because God doesn't want you to, show off your blessings. He wants you to use it for His glory. Everything here, this is not for me. This is for Him. I don't want anything. I just want to thank God. I want to serve Him. But character starts with yourself, your heart. What are you doing with your life? How is your character representing Christ? Should I say that? And how complete do you feel, even when you have to walk this journey alone? Because this journey is not an easy one, ladies and gents. I'm not going to lie to you. Even when you go out, wake up tomorrow, something may come. But when you remember that you're complete in Him, eventually your problems will just start to fade. You don't have to keep carrying the baggage anymore. Remember that baggage, just remember that baggage scenario I just mentioned earlier. You're carrying so many bricks. You're holding it. Why? Why are you holding so much baggage? You're keeping your problems in. Yeah, we have to be wise with who we speak to. I know that for sure. But I'm sure there is someone you can talk to. There is someone. And His name is Jesus. He said, there will never be another you. You are so unique, so don't compare. There will never be another you. You will always be you. And I know sometimes we struggle with who we are. But it's okay. It's okay to be broken. Brokenness is leading to the journey of freedom. Completion by itself does sound like it's 100%, but from the perspective of brokenness, it's a journey. So I have to combine the two. You're not fully complete, but then you're not fully broken at the same time. Am I making sense? Sometimes you have to not have things together. There will be certain parts in your life that will be fine, but there will be other parts that won't be. And the parts that won't be, you need to work on it. I need to work on my own. I just want to encourage you all that completion is a beautiful thing, because when I was writing this book, I remember I said, God, this is the year 2017, and number 7 represents completion and perfection. And I said, you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to name it, completion. Because I was broken. To some extent, I didn't know who I was. Even though I know who I am in Christ, but sometimes, you know, when we know who we are in Christ, but who do we know who we are in ourselves? Was we can just lift up our hands and say, yeah, I know who I am, but do you know yourself? Are you happy with your life? Are you going around saying, I wish I was like this, or I wish I was exposed to more? And God is just saying, you know what? I'm going to use every single bad, painful situation you've been through to bless you. I'm going to use your pain to encourage someone. I'm going to use your sorrow and your silent tears you cry at night to lift someone up out there. Because everyone's story in this place is very important. You don't have to be ashamed of what you're going through or what you did go through. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You need to be free, and you need to understand the importance of being transparent in wisdom. This book is about the comparison between what we see outside and what is also in our mind. You know, there's a difference. What we perceive physically and what's also in our mind. We see things as, oh, that looks good physically, but in our mind, we kind of crumble. Can I say that? We feel very small. We don't feel like we can do enough. When we have something, we just treat it as, that's it, okay. We don't really take it seriously until you hear someone else's story. That's what will make you appreciate what you have. And one thing I thank God for is that He always speaks to me and He says, Esther, you know what? You may be imperfect, but I still love you. And I want to encourage each and every one of you that you don't have to have it all together. You really don't. If you continue to carry so much weight, it will really weigh you down. It's okay to not have it all together. It's okay. It's really okay. No one is, examining your life apart from you. And even if people are examining your life, don't let that be your concern. Your concern or your focus should be on, I want to be a better me. I want to be the best version of me. Amen. So I'm just going to quickly read a little bit about the book. Comparing life's realities with unexpected blessings, frustrations, and compromising faith, we journey with Esther on a pathway to a place deep within ourselves where we learn to embrace what we cannot explain, understanding that completion is only accomplished by the presence of God. Through uncertainty and fear, The author challenges the reader's mind to see their own trials as an opportunity to become whole. Completion is about freedom and wholeness, understanding that no human being can fully satisfy our needs. And I want to re-emphasize on that. No one, your mum, your dad, your best friend, your partner, no one can satisfy you more than God. If I explain what God is to me, I won't know where to start, because I can't describe him, and I'm sure you guys understand where I'm coming from. I can't describe God. God is someone personally to each and every one of you. What God is I can't explain it, but you need to have an encounter with him to know who he is individually. It's something that you need to experience yourself. This book is for those who are broken from the inside and smiling on the outside. God assures that he alone has the power to heal and restore in vulnerable and silent seasons. Every day is an opportunity for you to learn and grow. So remember that what God started in your life, he will surely complete it. Philippians 1 verse 6. God will complete everything he started. Wherever you are, even if you're on number 5 out of 1 and 10, he will complete it. You could be at 1, you could only be, and then you jump to 3. Someone could be at 1 and go straight to 10. It doesn't matter. You are on a journey. You need to stop worrying about where you are or what other people are doing and focus on where you are, the position that God has put you. You may not have the job you want to have. You may not have everything all put together. You may have been broken. Someone may have left you. But what truly matters is that, how are you using that brokenness to make you better? Before, when things really got on top of me, I would cry. I would just sit down in my room and I don't want to talk to anyone. I want to be very anti. But that is the worst situation to be in. The way the enemy will come and use you, attack you, even your own mind will even condemn you. You will say, who am I? I'm not beautiful. I don't have anything. Oh, they deserve it. I don't deserve it. But you put yourself in that position, you, not anyone else. Fair enough, people can say things, yeah, that's fine. But what are you saying about your situation? Are you seeing your situation as a turnaround or a turn off? There's a difference between the two. It's so important to understand that being broken is actually a beautiful thing. Don't avoid your problems, don't avoid your pain. Your pain is there for a reason. Your tears are there for a reason. Your tears are not in vain. Sometimes I even see tears as a prayer. Sometimes speaking, it's good, but when you cry, those tears, it's like he catches them in his hands and he just keeps them. And he puts them in his heart. There's beauty in crying, guys. Crying is not for weak people. Neither is serving for weak people. Serving is so beautiful because you realize that life is not about you. It's not about what you want. It's about others too. We are all relatable beings. We have all been through similar situations. Maybe the same, probably not, but at least we've all been through similar situations. We have all. Everyone in this room has been through something. And I'm sure there is something in this room that when we go home, there's something that will make you cry. You can't hide it. It could be a thought, it could be a past, it could be a mistake. There's always something that can make you cry. And that's fine. Because as I said earlier, you don't need to have it all together. If you think you can have it all together, honestly, there's a long journey to take. You don't have to have it together. And you can be happy with the state you're in. And you can be happy for others who have what you desire, knowing and believing that when the right time is due, you will get your own. I told you, I wasn't working when I wrote this book. I wasn't working. People may assume, oh wow, she got a car. Oh wow, she got a book. This was a journey for me. People don't see that it's a journey. Is it easy to write a book? It's not easy. It takes so much focus, so much tears, because you want to impact lives. But then you think, I'm broken, how can I be used? God is saying, through your brokenness, I can use you. Through your pain, I can use you. Through your situation, I can bless you to minister to others. I just want to quickly sing a song about completion. He who began a good work in you He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. He'll be faithful to complete it. He who started the work will be faithful to complete it in you. If the struggle you're facing is slowly replacing your hope with despair, or the process is long and you're losing your song in the night, you can be sure that the Lord has His hands on you, safe and secure. He will never abandon you. You are His treasure, and He finds His pleasure in you. Oh, He who began a good work in you He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. He'll be faithful to complete it. He who started the work will be faithful to complete it in you. Will be faithful to complete it.